think of the 5 dorkiest, corniest doofuses.
Okay, we
in
got,
your life.
We got Jimmy Kimmel.
In your what? No, stop. In your personal life.
Oh, my personal life.
Yes.
Oh.
Everybody out there watching this right now, think of the 5 doofiest, goofiest, dorkiest, dumbest.
Do I have to name them?
No, you don't have to name them. Please don't name them. And then now imagine them being on a podcast together. Now ask yourself this question. Don't answer it. It's in your head. You can answer this question. Are they funny? Welcome to the world of Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, man, are we going here?
Steve Colbert, John Oliver, and Jimmy Fallon. Did I say Jimmy Fallon already?
No, because there's 2. You have Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
Jimmy and Jimmy.
Jimmy and Jimmy. These guys are.
Give him a hat.
These guys are the absolute worst, Mike. Let me preface this with it. But first of all, thanks everybody for joining us here on Curiosities. I'm your host JV Torres, and I'm joined by my friend and colleague, Mr. Mike McDonald.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Ronald or the singer Michael McDonald.
You know, you've used that same joke for 30 years, bro. Okay, you have used that same joke. You know that. Hang on. I'm going to address this here because we're on the topic of comedians. Okay, there was a good comedian named Michael McDonald, a Canadian guy, spelled the right way. Okay, he unfortunately passed away recently, a few years back.
Sorry to hear that.
But he was funny, happy as I can be, right? And he was funny. I got a chance to.
I just want to know one thing, Mike. Do you have a brother named Ronald?
The same dude. You've been throwing the same joke at me for 30 fucking years, man.
Okay.
But let me touch this for just a minute because this is okay. I want to dedicate this to the comedian Michael McDonald, who passed away a few years ago.
Sorry,
guys
Michael.
from Canada. Okay, and I had the great honor of chatting with him months before he passed away.
Did you?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, we're getting serious? Sorry, man.
No.
I didn't know we were going to get serious here.
The guy's a genuinely nice, just a humble, down-to-earth fella, and he passed away. You know, he had to be battling some diseases and stuff.
Right.
You know, but he had some talent.
Did he?
And his name's just like mine.
Imagine that.
You know? And so not MC, but MAC. Okay? I'm going to chuck this brush at you from across the damn room. All right, we can go back to the bad, untalented comedians of Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
It's always better than nothing. By the way, that song was written by Kenny Loggins. Did you know that?
I thought Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald were the same person.
They just have a beard. They just have the same beard, okay? They're not the same person.
Are they sisters from a different mister?
They're sisters from a different mister, okay? Now, speaking of sisters from different misters, let's talk about the Strike Force 5. Kaboom! Kaboom!
Could you come up with a dumber name?
Mike, I happen to know, like a lot of things, I'm late to the party for this one too. But people are just been dunking on these guys for the last few days.
So.
Just ragging and just scorching these guys. It's not even about they're just absolutely obliterating them on Twitter and all these places. If you go to their Twitter, I don't know if you can pull it up on your computer.
Yeah, hang on.
If you do, take a screenshot and send it to me of the Strike Force 5. And these guys collectively, each individual comedian on this list of Strike Force 5, each one has like millions of followers. But their Strike Force 5 has, I think, 30,000 or something like that. At last count, it was in the tens of thousands. 3,900 likes. Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about. You know why, Mike? Because as I preface at the beginning of this...
And those are probably all their close friends and staff.
And not to mention all their bots.
And
all.
Well, there's that too.
And, you know, all the people that they pay from, like, India and Bangladesh to go on their...
goody.
to go on their sites and click likes for them.
My name is Jonathan Jones.
I'll do for $25. Okay, so here's the thing, okay? These people are not funny.
They're not.
They haven't been funny. I don't know, for the longest time. I mean, okay, let's start with Stephen Colbert. There's this
What
one,
the needle guy?
the guy dancing
needle-
with the
dancing
dancing
needles.
syringes.
Oh my
Dancing
God.
syringe guy. This guy is an absolute hack in the worst possible sense.
Who found this guy?
I don't know, but he's an absolute hack. Let's look at the Deadline article, Mike. I'm just going to read to you what it says. Strike Force 5 premieres top podcast charts. Keeps talk show hosts busy during labor strike. I don't know about all that. I beg to differ. These guys, just looking at their mugshots there, I mean, it's pretty pathetic.
Dude, it's...
Remember the reason why they're not on. And by the way, if you're wondering why they haven't been on the news cycles for a long time, because they don't have any writers writing their jokes for them, which were really not that funny to begin with.
Right.
Which is why I don't really care so much about the writer's strike, and perhaps I should, but I don't, because a lot of the stuff they've been putting out is horse manure.
But like the only comedian out of that 5 who I thought is even a modicum of funny, okay, is John Oliver. His early stuff, like when he was first kind of hosting, he's actually had some pretty funny bits. Where's that writer?
I don't know. I mean, these people didn't get to this place. They didn't just walk in one day and say, "Hey, I want to be a late night show host."
Well,
and then
they paid their dues.
Yeah.
Okay, and I respect that part, but whatever garbage they're being fed nowadays, the last 5 or 6 years, it's all Orange Man bad. It's all, just canned humor that's just not funny.
It's not funny.
It's worse than a laugh track.
Which makes me wonder, though, Mike, if so much of it was their writers who were doing all this, maybe the writers are putting all these Trump derangement jokes 24/7.
Right, but the thing is, if you're an A-lister comedian, okay, you didn't get there. You didn't get to where you're at by having someone else write your jokes from day one.
Right.
You had to write your own stuff to get you into the into the machine, if you will.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, wait.
So
to
go
be
back
fair,
to writing your own shit.
But to be fair, they've sacrificed a lot of children since then, and they've drank a lot of blood since then, and they've been kneeling at the altar of Satan for quite a long time, Mike. So they may have forgotten how to write a joke.
Fair point.
Let's see what the article says, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Says here, I'm going to skip to the second part where it says 5 late night hosts Stephen Colbert.
Colbert. My name is Stephen Colbert.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth
Jimmy
Meyers. That's the guy I missed. Seth Meyers.
Yeah.
That's the guy I missed. And John Oliver.
Like, what rock did they find him under?
have teamed up with Spotify for Strike Force 5 Kaboom! A new limited series podcast. The show launched August 30 on Spotify and other platforms. Limited series will run for at least 12 episodes. God, they're going to torture people that long?
Well, I think they'll get rid of it at like 5.
These people,
once they hit episode 5.
These people are... See, that's a joke. That's funny. Now, that's funny. They're going to go 12 episodes. That's funny. Oh, let's keep this. It says, with all hosts participated each episode while rotating who leads the conversation. So they're all going to be in their, the bathroom or maybe their maid's room because they want to make it look like they're in a regular house. They all live in mansions. But
hang on. I just pulled up the Spotify Strike Force 5.
Yeah.
On the About. It's got a rating of 4.4 stars.
Out of how many? 10?
1,900.
1,900 likes?
Reviews. Out of 1,900 reviews.
Uh-huh.
And you have to wonder, how much did Spotify pay for these 5 A-lister names?
Uh-huh. 1,900 reviews.
1,900 reviews.
And what's it? 4.4 out of what? 5?
Yeah. 4.4 out of 5.
Oh, I was going to say out of 10.
Okay. Let's see. Episode 1. Let's see here.
Can you play a sample of it?
Yeah.
What would happen if 5 of America's top 11 most beloved talk show hosts all talked on top of each other for an hour?
we would all lose our goddamn minds. Here, let me
We
fast
changed
forward
the
a bit.
channel extremely fast, or we switched to a different podcast. Strike Force 5. Strike Force 5. Kaboom. Okay, let's see what it says here. Deadline continues, Mike. It says, so far, it's doing well. That's relative.
1,900 reviews? Wow. That's well.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
That's more views than they had at night when they were doing the late show. The first show was the #1 podcast on U.S. Spotify charts. Topped the news podcast charts on Spotify for the U.S. and U.K. and was a leader on the Apple Podcast charts in the U.S. and also topped that service's news podcast charts in the U.S. Boy, are these people just licking some booty or what?
Well,
Because
any press is good press.
they're getting
And if they're gonna-
absolutely roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Roasted to oblivion on X
Yeah.
because everybody's just dunking on them in the worst possible way.
I mean, okay, so
What are some of the comments that people are saying?
here's Johnny Ringo. No thanks, privileged leftist white men.
Oh yeah, nobody's brought that up, Mike. That they are.
They don't have the DEI.
privileged white men.
Hold on, they're outside of the DEI triangle.
They are. How come there's no
There's
Hispanics? There's no blacks.
representation.
There's no women. There's no LGBT.
Exactly. Well, I mean, do we really want to? Are we sure that Stephen Colbert is actually a man?
Well, he hasn't. He hasn't said otherwise.
He could very well be a she.
But he hasn't said it. So he might. And we're in the age where you don't need to be in the closet.
Fair point.
So as of right now, anyway, let's see what some of the response. What are some people saying? That's hilarious to me.
Let's see here. Red Rider, they need to get their woke cultural Marxist messaging out to their cult.
Oh, jeez.
But apparently, with only 1,900 people that have left reviews on Spotify at the time of this recording, I don't know. The Karen Cringe Late Night Show. That would have gotten more traction.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, that 90s kid.
So look on the Deadline. There are
The 5 nobodies.
now Deadline does have a couple of comments. Believe it or not, it only has like 6 comments, but here's one of them. It says, "Let's see, just curious, how many listens did it take to be #1 on Spotify podcast chart? It is more than watch a typical episode of Tucker Carlson on X. I don't see any comment stories, trends involving this podcast, yet the Tucker interview with Dave Portnoy has gotten millions of views and everyone is talking about it. I noticed Deadline hasn't written one feature about that. Wonder why." That's a good point. They're not talking about the #1 show on X where there's literally millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people.
Well, how many views did the Trump one get?
Oh, God. I think it broke the internet.
It really did. Because
Hundreds of millions.
The impressions were like, what, 200 million?
200 million or something. More people that I think are users, I think. I don't know. I'm stretching it here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, okay? It doesn't compare to 1,900 reviews in Spotify, okay?
It really doesn't.
Here's another one. It says, "Never watched Tucker, don't know who Portnoy is, and I've heard no one talk about that interview."
How do you not know who Portnoy is?
So certainly not everyone. I was interested in Strike Force 5 and listened to it gently funny and about what you'd expect from these guys. They're doing a good thing by helping to support the striking workers. I've seen several stories about it and reviews of the first episode. So this person thinks that
you know what
they're
they're
doing
not
good.
doing. You know what they're not doing.
They're not giving out their own money?
Correct. See, it's like you read my mind.
Yeah. It's like Oprah on,
They
on
have
the Maui.
tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're talking actual cash.
Yeah.
See, this is the funny thing that really kind of like when you look at these Hollywood elites. Okay, the vast majority of their wealth is physical cash.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they have a $5 million, $6 million mansion. Yada yada. Okay, yeah, everybody has that, right?
Yeah.
But the vast majority of their wealth is in physical, actual, tangible cash.
Yeah.
But the wealthy elite that they pick on and then they go after are people that have their millionaires and billionaires, but most of their assets are tied up in holdings,
Yeah.
real estate,
Yeah.
buildings, manufacturing, not physical cash. So you're the ones hoarding the goddamn money
Yeah.
so you're becoming the darkness that you're trying to obliterate.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, I agree.
How do you not know who Dave Portnoy is? All right, whatever.
Well, she didn't. Okay.
Cindy Ireland? I wonder if she's related to Kathy.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Dude, Kathy Ireland is...
Still? Is she like 100 now?
I don't know about that, but man,
Okay,
she was-
99. Okay, 99.
No.
So I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, the Strike Force 5, man, these guys were not funny for a long time. I have no interest in listening to them. Do you, Mike? I mean...
What was that? I wasn't listening.
Strike Force 5, kaboom! Are you going to be tuning in, Mike? Just so you can rank on them?
Hang on. Let me check my calendar. Hang on a second. Let's see here. Nope, it says no.
So I'm really curious if anyone out there is listening to the Strike Force 5 podcast, or if you intend on listening to it, or if you don't, I'd really like to know why. If you drop a comment down there below, please leave a like on this episode if you like our videos, and if you want to drop a DM to Mr. Mike McDonald over there, just or he actually if he's probably right below me in this particular spot here. He's under. He's under. But
Give me your best roast. Make fun of my teeth.
let me see. Do you think he's more of a Mike McDonald the singer, or Mike McDonald the comedian, or Mike McDonald the cousin of Ronald? Just drop it in the comments below. It's all out of love, curiosity. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Please consider becoming a patron. Go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/King of Silas. There's going to be some exclusive content. Actually, tomorrow morning, Mike, you and I are going to record another episode. It's going to be exclusively for our patrons.
Yes.
And it's going to be all like, it's going to be like, I'm going to curse in it, okay?
Nice.
I'm going to actually swear in it, and it's going to be a totally like, you're just not going to believe the stuff that's going to come out of my mouth tomorrow.
JV, I've never heard you swear before.
I
don't think I've ever heard you swear.
I try to keep it clean, Mike. Everybody who knows me on the podcast world and the YouTube world, I keep it pretty clean.
I don't know.
I could be like Ryan Cannell. Let me tell you, Ryan Cannell, Disney is another dumpster fire. F-bomb, F-bomb, F-bomb. Ryan Cannell here. This is the RK Outpost.
Oh my God.
I love that guy. But he is so he's like this dude. He's like, anyway. Appreciate you guys sticking around for.
Have a good night.
I'm gonna try to do a Tim Pool. I'm gonna work on Tim Pool. I just gotta get a beanie.
Right.
I gotta get a beanie.
Oh, I have beanies.
And I'll try to do Tim Pool. I could do impressions, All right, guys. Until next time. God bless.
New Kingdom Radio Theater.